more women need to be part of this conversation, because sometimes you think you're alone, sometimes you think you're isolated. Can I say the real thing? Humiliated.
What it's not going to be is us on here talking about our partners or like being disrespectful. Your boundaries are different, your energy is different.
Yeah.
You know,
learn from my mistakes.
Yes, please. Like, hey, so how did we get here?
Yes.
I know, right? So we're going to talk about how we got here on this sofa.
Yes.
And it comes from a couple of months ago. I was in my office and I saw on social media that you had posted you had divorced, I believe, by then. Yeah. And you had posted, and I was like, there's no way this is the Ebony that I know, because I've known you for like almost 20 plus years, and I knew you were married and you had great kids, and I was like, this can't be the same person. So I reached out via social media, and I was like, girl, like, how did you get here? Like, what happened? And we decided to have coffee.
Yeah.
And then when we decided to have coffee, we were like, wait a minute, like, if I don't understand how you got here and you don't know how I got here 8 years ago, then like other people probably don't know, because it looks like we're great now.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that goes into the gumbo of getting to be here.
Yeah.
So the goal is like for us to figure out like, how did we get here? And so.
Yeah, how did we get here? So I'm glad you asked. This show kind of it was birthed in a coffee shop. We were talking and was saying, you know what, more women need to be part of this conversation, because sometimes you think you're alone, sometimes you think you're isolated. Can I say the real thing? Humiliated. You're humiliated. So this show is to show the other side of it, right? The healing and growing spiritually and mentally, emotionally, intellectually, financially, and the things that you go through. So this is the side that I would like to show, that caterpillar, that cocoon, and that butterfly that people see now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what it's not going to be, because as you know, I'm 8 years out and you are recent.
Yeah.
What it's not going to be is us on here talking about our partners or like being disrespectful, because that's not what the story is about. It's just about, that's what it's about for me. It's just showing people, men and women, that there's another side to divorce if you decide to go down that path.
Absolutely. And it's subjective, right?
Absolutely.
And so I'm not the wife then that I am now. I was actually, like what they say, riding a bike or building the plane as I was flying. So there's some things that I completely did wrong. You know, distraction, chasing a career, not really knowing what was going on in my house. And my ex and I are still good friends. So, you know, we still laugh. We could bust out laughing today. We just realized that, you know, that chapter has closed.
So for you, what it's not going to be is that just that we're still going to have a relationship after the show airs.
Exactly. Like, we're good.
That's the goal.
Yes, that's the goal.
We're not trying to fix that up.
Yeah, but we're transparent in our stories and being unapologetic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And being very genuine and transparent, because we do want people to heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
So who are you now that you've filed and you're on the other side of the, you know, the ink drying?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm free.
Oh, yes.
I'm a woman that carry light. I'm joyful. I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I'm a mother. I'm still a wife.
We'll get into that one.
Yes, I'm still a wife. I'm still a wife. I'm a mother, a business owner, business consultant, coach, friend, sister, nanny, aunt, all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's Naya?
So I am a mother of two, and a business owner who's built a business. I have a dog boarding business that I love, my passion project. Actually, I have a 9-to-5 too. Okay. But who I am now is a person that has better boundaries.
Oh.
And just more assured of myself. I always say when I was married, I didn't really know until I got out of it. I didn't know until I got out of it that I didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
So once I got out of it, I was like, oh, wait, so you really don't like to do X, Y, Z. So because when you get married, you know, you yoke yourself to someone, and not that they're dragging you around like a caveman, but it's just you do what they want to do, and it's okay and it's fine. And then when that person is removed, you're like, okay, so then what do I do if it's just me going to go and do it? Like, how does that even look? So just having better like lines drawn in the sand. And the sand kind of falls apart sometimes, but you know, we put it back together.
Yeah, you said something very interesting when you said learning, you know, who you are. I remember there was this specific meal, right? And so my ex didn't like the meal, so I would be like, I don't like this meal because he didn't like it. Then I realized after I was divorced, like, wait,
I like chicken.
I like this. I like this.
Right.
But I allowed his drama, or his trauma, I should say, because it was a meal that reminded him of something as a child. And so I had taken it on and was like, okay, he doesn't like it. I don't like it. But I realized, wait, I really like this.
Right.
So that's another thing is, getting to know who you are. And a lot of people, they ask me like, are you okay with going to the movies, by yourself and dinner and things? And I love it.
So, okay.
Yeah. I go where I want to go. I get up when I want to get up and watch the show I want to, watch.
Yeah.
And so,
and let's be clear, we're by no means is anyone saying they don't ever want to have a partner.
Yeah.
But I believe you have to be able to go by yourself, and be content in your space, in your energy, and sitting at a table. And especially if you just like going through a divorce, you're used to having someone next to you, across from you, or talking to you on the phone while you're there. It's like learning to just be like, okay, well, this is okay, because it may not happen as fast that you find another person as fast. So you have to work, and you have to go to dinner by yourself for someone to say, hey, you're here by yourself. Can I sit next? You just don't know. So I feel like you have to work, which is why, like you said, the healing is so, is so important, because you won't be able to get to the next husband.
I know.
Unless you do the work.
Unless you do the work, right? Yeah, we have to be able to be happy with ourselves, and even with a partner. Because this is not just for people that's divorced.
No,
I mean, this is even if I would have known this in the marriage, I mean, I probably
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I had.
I mean, you have to remember that when we got. I mean, I was 26 when I got married. I'm 51 now,
and I was 25, I believe. Or 23.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
And I'm 43.
You're deeply in love with this person, I believe, and you know that this is where you want to put yourself. In your life going forward, but like you don't really have it's and on top of it, depending on how you were raised, like what you saw, there's a chance you never saw a marriage that was like communicative, loving, touchy-feely, traveling, all those things. So it does change how you at 26 and 23. Like, I mean, I think about I changed from 26 to when I had my first kid. That was like 4 years later. I wasn't the same person that got married when I was a mom. And then I doubled down again and had another one. And that changed me again because my time was kind of, so I think it's just, that's why you have to give yourself grace, because there's no way possible that you know the things you know now that you would know. I mean, unless you're like super smart. At 26, which I was, not that I wasn't smart because I got married early, just as a woman, I just didn't know the things that I need to know.
Absolutely. And if I'm being honest, I was 23. I liked him. He liked me. And we were planning on moving together. I was a church girl. So you can't shack. So I'm not thinking about
y'all.
Well, we actually did.
Right.
We did. And then we went to a church service and was like, we can't do it. So we pushed the wedding up. But it wasn't consulting God and saying, hey, is this my partner?
Right.
I just was like, I don't want to commit sin. So let's just get married.
Right. And think about your beliefs then, where you're like, oh no, we just have to go ahead and get married. Whereas now you'd be like, oh no, we have to commit. Like, can we do this? And what is it going to feel like? Whereas 26, it's like, well, this would be cool. I love him. He's I think this will be great. You don't really have like the dynamic of what is this going to look like and feel like at this age. Like, am I going to be able to see him, going to my kids' graduations or a wedding, or if my dad or my mom gets sick, like, that's like, I don't think we really consider that when we're finding partners at 25 years old. We're more like, I'm getting out of my mama's house. And this is going to be great.
It's going to be great. And then just because y'all have the same beliefs, or y'all may worship together or go to the same church, same neighborhood, doesn't necessarily mean this is your God ordained spouse. So now at this age, at 43, it has to be God ordained. I mean, because I see good people all the time. But I'm much wiser now. So it's more than just checking off this list. God, did you send this man to me? Because you can get a man. I mean, they come.
I always say you got to go really, really, really clear cut. Don't go. You got to be like, I want him to be 6 feet tall or taller. Like, I just want a man that's I want him to be, this is my, I'm using that as an example. You have to be very detailed, because if you're not, then you do get a person that is, like you say, spiritually connected, but like nowhere near. You're like, he reads the Bible, but
that's not my husband.
That's not him. He just reads the Bible.
And if you're in tune, you can hear God say, nah, that's not him. No. I remember, not to drift off, but I remember on a date, with this guy. I mean, very nice looking, revived, and I heard clearly in the car, guy said, "This is not your husband." Yeah. I said, "Sir, can you bring me to my car?"
Yeah, it's not you.
It's not you.
And we're not gonna make it you.
We're not gonna make it you. We're not gonna force it. We don't waste any more minutes. No. Let's just bring me to my car.
Time is so. I believe like once you go through a divorce, your time is so important because you have. The word isn't lost, but you've worked in this one situation for so long, and you have to build yourself back up. So you just can't be doing like just stuff out of boredom.
Yeah. Oh.
Making bad decisions, not just being bored. So you have to be like, okay, so I'm not gonna waste my time sitting with you in this restaurant. I could be at home watching his and hers. Like, I'm not doing that.
Absolutely. And I look forward to all these topics coming on the show, like dating.
Right.
Because now it's date them all.
It's not.
We're gonna get into that. But before we get there, how did we get here?
How did I get here? Okay, so I've been divorced since 2017, which is I think 8 years. And I mean, yeah, that's basically that's the short and the skinny of it. It just I married my high school sweetheart.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I met him when I was 16 or 17 years old, and fell madly and deeply in love with him. And but it was the bee's knees and the honey. Won't even lie and disrespect that. And we just honestly just drifted apart. We were both he was very like how you said, like work driven.
Yeah.
And I was very mom driven.
Okay.
So, which doesn't work. So if you have a person that's very like, we have to do these things to get to where we are, a person like, I got to go to this PTA meeting.
Yeah.
It just doesn't coincide. So we kind of drifted, and then we got to the beginning of 2017, and it's too much to go into right now because we're just basically, that's when I got divorced. So I've been divorced since I started in January. I think I filed paperwork in May, and I was divorced in November. You had to be like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
So that's how I got here, and then here we are.
Okay. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
So I got here. I'm gonna try to make it quick, but I got here, and I think what you had mentioned earlier is that I put this post up back in October.
Correct.
It felt like I crashed the internet.
You did. Let's be true. Yes.
Because I got so many calls, but what people don't know is that I went on a fast 7 days before.
Oh wow!
So I got off social media, went on a fast, and said, God, how should I do this? How do I do this? Because remember, well, most people don't know, I was humiliated on social media. So I was in the same place.
So see, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
I was humiliated on social media. So
how long ago was that?
That was in 2020. So this had been going over. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's where it was first
started.
Yeah. And I remember my brother-in-law, because he's always going to be my brother-in-law. He called me and he told me, he said, you know what, Ebony, you could get ahead of this, right? He was like, you get to narrate your own story.
God. Yes, absolutely.
So at that time, I did a podcast called The Listening Ear, and I immediately started recording because I've always been a person that journaled, and I always knew that I was going to come out of this, but I needed to hear or see where I've come from.
And definitely you need people know how important that is. Like you go back and read journals you wrote in 2020.
Yeah.
Woo, it'll take your soul. You just be like, girl, I'm glad we're not there anymore.
Exactly.
So you definitely have to write it out, but I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And so I fast. I chose the picture I wanted to put on there.
That's important.
I did the wording, and then so I fast, got off social media, and then boom. So by the time I dropped the mic. Literally. So that's what happened. And what I think what happened is people got confused a little bit. They saw the butterfly. So in order to tell the butterfly, I have to now go back into the caterpillar, the cocoon. So back in 2020, I was on top. I was on top. I had left my 9 to 5. I started my business, opened my building, hired employees, had billboards. Somebody, a talent agent, saw my billboard and was in contact with the movie director in Atlanta. I went to Atlanta, did the movie, was on contract for a couple of weeks. And so I was in a hotel, secluded. So I was in the middle. They had woods. It's the airport. There's nowhere to go. I don't have a car. I'm just literally in the hotel. So I had dreams. And so during this time, I would have series of dreams, but not knowing it's my story. So then, so then I get back home. I'm still having dreams. It's unfolding. This particular night, and this is during COVID, 2020, this particular night, God woke me up at 2:00 in the morning and was like, pray to me. And I was halfway up, and I did our Father prayer. And then God said, no, pray to me. And so this time I did the Our Father prayer, but I did it with more might. Like it was going to mean something different. Yeah. So I'm doing it with more might. And so God said, convene with me. And so at this time, my ex was doing Uber. So it wasn't out of the norm that he wasn't home at this time.
Right.
But there was an urgency to reach him, see him or whatever. And so he wouldn't answer. And then what I did was I started calling hospitals, hospitals in New Orleans and hospitals in the surrounding parishes, and calling prisons.
Anxiety starts like running like a monster.
Where were you? And I hadn't had any problems, to even think of anything else.
Right.
And so I'm just praying, like, oh my God. And so I'm praying for healing. I'm praying wherever he is, did he get in an accident? All kind of things. I'm all on social media trying to find him. And then at the end of it, so now it's like close to 4 a.m. And I start praying, saying, God, his soul, salvation, whatever's going on that is compromising his salvation or his soul, please forgive him. The door opens.
Wow.
4 o'clock. So it's 2.
Chills.
Yeah. 2 hours pass. He comes in, and it's that day.
And you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Today's going to be the day.
Today is going to be the day. So that day, so what people saw in 2025, it was 5 years later.
Yeah.
So that day was the day my ex went from my husband to my assignment.
Ooh.
My assignment. Because with your assignment, God gives you assignments to do tasks, pop quizzes, pray for this area, do this area. So for the next 5 years, he had become my assignment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it was like to assign him to be a better husband, to help him be a better husband, or do you feel like assignment to do
his soul?
Gotcha.
So it went from, my prayers was never send my husband home or get our marriage together. It was really his soul in areas, his heart, his mind, his body, his surroundings, what he's doing, like things like that. So it went from that to God would give me areas to pray for him. Oh. Yeah. So then I turned into his prayer intercessor, and then, it was the wife had to be put on the back, because if I allowed the wife feelings to come up front,
oh my God, you won't do anything.
I wouldn't even get no prayers.
You'll never get divorced.
You'll never get divorced. And I would not walk in forgiveness. I'd be upset. So the prayers won't come up. Yeah, resentment.
Yeah.
So the wife had to take the back seat. And we'll
come back and get you.
We'll come back and get you.
Yeah.
But for right now, I need you to save his soul.
Yeah.
So come on. I need you to talk to me. And so I would fast and I would pray and I would fast and I would pray. And a lot of people thought I was losing my weight because of physical.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That first week I lost 13 pounds.
Oh, I can believe it.
Yeah. I was stressed.
Oh yeah. Takes you out.
Yeah. And then what people don't know, or they do know, I actually left the house. I had to move out the house. I had to downgrade.
Yeah.
I went back to my 9 to 5. I put the business, closed the building, let the people go. I had to start over. I wanted to go to a place where nobody knew who I was. I didn't want to go to Walmart or Rouse's and people say, "Hey, Ebony." I didn't want to be seen. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm humiliated.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. I'm healing. I'm the caterpillar.
And trying to heal publicly is literally impossible.
Oh, right.
It's just no, because it's just
it just
doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. People say you should ask for help. No, I can't. I have to figure this out, and then I can come back out, which is what happened, and then say, "Hey, so by the way."
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes that, if that cocoon is open too soon, I don't have my wings.
Ooh,
and so I'm not ready to fly.
Right.
And so what happens is you didn't put a scar that I'm not ready to.
Well, you're more broken.
Yeah, I'm more broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it doesn't give you time to get all your, like you said, that's a really good example that your wings aren't completely formed and now you're just jumping out and they're like, well, you ain't have no wing. Now you got to go start all over again. If I survive. If I survive. Yeah. Because you might stunt my growth. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
And people don't realize those words hurt. And I mean, it was really bad. But when I did find this to be helpful, when I did go back to my 9 to 5, on my lunch break, I would go to the park and I would walk for mental clarity. I would go out there to talk to God. And I would love when it rained because then I didn't have to explain my tears.
Correct.
Yeah.
People talking about, are you okay?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, I'm fine. Just contacts. Like, I'm totally fine.
And 9 out of 10 times, nobody on the track because it's raining.
Oh, yeah. Touche.
Yeah. But when it's sunny, I'm seeing families, and why did my family work? You know,
girl.
Yeah. Seeing couples.
Yeah.
Girl, run. He not.
Don't tell him.
Run, girl. Do you really know? Or they're in the beginning stages.
Well, that's a valid question, even though I know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Because if y'all watch your page,
Yeah.
I would say, do you believe, of course, still in marriage?
Oh,
and would you get married again? But
absolutely.
I already know
that. But only if God said, this is your mate.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad you asked that. Because if I had to say, the way I have it in my head, my girls are 15, they'll be 16.
Mm-hmm.
I would just be single, travel the world. They'll be in out of high school, going into college. Lance to be come out of college. I would be cool with that.
Right.
Like, I love my own company.
Right.
And I recently realized I'm not ready to date.
Right.
So I don't have to. I mean, I love a man. I love a company.
Correct.
I'm not saying that.
Right.
But that's not my main.
That's not your priority right now.
Yeah.
And
I like my company.
And when you do come out of that part to go into the new part,
yeah,
you have to be like, the kids have to be fine.
Yeah.
Your business has to be fine, because there's so many, because we worked so hard once we divorced, you've built the business.
Yeah.
You've gotten the kids back on track as much as you believe you can. And it's like, okay, so now I'm going to bring a person in here.
Yeah.
And this person has to be very, not even, I hate to use the word manicure, but like, it has to be what you want, because it's a choice. I tell people, to be in a relationship after you go through a divorce and a committed relationship is a choice, because we're so traumatized by being in a relationship prior that we're like, this probably, I can just, like you say, my singleness is so great. Yeah. But it's like, but in the back of your head, you know that you want to be a wife. Yeah. Or you want to I want to be a partner first and then progress to a wife. So but you have to go through the singledom of it to get to that, because if not, like you say, you just wait, and then you're wasting people's time. You're wasting people's time. Like, you're going out to eat people, you're just like, you're not, like, no, this is a waste of your time, wasting my time, and the perception is that, but you're out here dating. It's like, yeah, but I shouldn't be. Yeah. So, and that's maturity to know. Yes. Yeah. Yes. You know, the few people that reach out, I'm very honest, like, I'm not there. Right. You know, thank you, but I appreciate it, but I'm just not there. And I like my space, and I like my time. If you see me with somebody, it's because God said, this is it. I promise you. Right. This is it. So I can't wait till we get to the show where we talk about date them all. I'm not commenting on that now. But we'll talk about that later. Yeah. But that's how this is how I got here. Yeah. Basically. Yeah. How we got here. And how we're going to keep pushing forward to get into a better space. Yeah. And help other people who are in situations, divorced or still married, or just and even in just relationships that aren't bonded with with a marriage. Just like saying, like, my biggest thing is, like, are you happy? Like, are you happy in this situation that you're in, or are you just feeling time? Yeah. Because you're feeling time, like you say, an ordained person that you feel God has brought in. Yeah. They're never going to come, because you got Peter, Paul, Jack, and Spratt who are blocking Michael. Yeah. So you have to figure out, like, are you actually ready to be that person? Yeah. Because, of course, date them all is just, Yeah. I don't have the time. I don't have the time, for one. And at this space in this place where I'm at now, everybody don't have access. Right. Don't need access to me. And that's just not just a male, that's females too, or places or things. I just don't give access to certain conversations, places. It has to be meaningful. Right. And that's why with this podcast, people don't really vibe when you go through, because divorce is traumatic. Yeah. You lose a person that's still walking this earth. Yeah. That you are no longer connected to and can't even care for them the way you want to. And they're going to go through stuff you have to watch from the sidelines and be like, I can't even believe that they're even, doing good or bad. It could be they're very successful now without you, or they're in the gutter without you. Yeah. Both are still going to hit you like a wave that you're like, that's crazy. But it's trying to get to the other side of that. Like, how do you deal with that when those things happen? Holidays, for instance, we talked about that. Like, how do you deal with graduations, and how do you, but you do the work, and then you go back full circle with saying, are you ready to bring another person into that? Yeah. Yeah. And if you're not, then you're just not. And in time you won't. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's important that you find out what stage you want to be very transparent and being very honest about it. Because you could be like in the butterfly stage, or you could be in the caterpillar stage, and you could be in the cocoon stage. And like you said, you have to be very careful, because you don't want to hurt anybody, or you don't want to further put your progress just because you're like, okay, I'm bored. Right. You said something at the coffee shop. Mm-hmm. People don't want to be at home, or people don't want to. The walls scream at them. Explain that. So I feel like if people that are constantly going out, and if you know me, I go out, so that's not, I'm not even saying that, but I also sit down.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends was telling me a year ago, like, girl, you just always are like going. So I'm like, now I take more time to be in my house. I nap more. I walk my dogs more.
Yeah.
But if you're in a space that you don't feel like, if the walls are screaming at you, you have to get out because you don't want to deal with your thoughts.
Yeah.
Whether they're like, oh, I'm still single.
Yeah.
Or whether they're like, oh my God, I'm not married yet and I'm 40. Or I didn't have kids. Like, you're like, if I just leave the house and I could just go, go to the mall and buy stuff I don't need.
Yeah.
Go to the restaurant and eat 16 desserts. Or like just whatever or go to the gym and work out for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever your vice is. But once you get the walls in your home quiet, then you're quiet. But if they're in there yelling and howling at you, like, what are you doing? You didn't do this. We say, like, when you go through divorce, you're in the closet crying because the closet is closed, but the closet is still screaming at you saying, what happened?
Yeah.
Why are you here? So, and it's a safe space because it's dark. But then once you leave the closet, you're in these walls, and the walls are bright, and you're just like, okay, well, these are still the same walls I was in 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So what do you do? But you have to, change the furniture, paint the walls.
Yeah.
Read the book, journal, and then you can be in the same space.
Yes.
But you just can't go. But running outside, you're going to have 95 Amazon orders.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so happy you said that because a year after I was separated, God told me to sit down.
Yeah.
Like, he kept me hidden. You don't need to get to know anybody. Go sit down. Have several seats and go sit down.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. Okay with that.
But I think it's hard, like, if you're a person, if you and your partner were like goers, especially, and if you were like in the social circle, like, say for instance, whatever circles y'all were in, dinner groups, book clubs, church, matter of fact, church, and you have to release that. It's like, okay, so do I go back to church for myself now? And everybody now knows I'm divorced.
Yeah.
So that's like a whole, and until you're clear with yourself, you go to church like, oh yeah, girl, we divorced. I'm here to go praise and sit on my fourth row where I sat with him.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna sit with me and my children.
Yeah.
So, but you have to be able to say that and own it, because when you begin, there's a big scarlet letter on your head that just says, divorced.
Absolutely. I'm
divorced.
I'm so happy you said that, because
and people don't even know, and you're like, I know you're coming to ask me. They're like, I wasn't coming to ask you. I was about to ask you, did you want to have coffee on Thursday? But now that we're here, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, we think people are so vested that we're just like, when you first go through, you think everybody's literally asking you that question. They're like, didn't
even cross my mind.
But now that we're here, we'll talk about it. But
absolutely. And we had our church circle, so we was never that couple that was kind of out. We kind of had the reverse roles. Like you said, your husband was the career driven and you was home driven. I was the opposite. I was the career driven.
And that happens too?
Yeah. And he was the home driven.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So he was more hands on with the kids, cooking, doing all of those things. And I was chasing a career. And some things that I noticed even now, sometimes, I'm giving an example. So people always like, Evan, you're always cleaning up. You're always cleaning up. You're always doing this. I didn't do that. Back then I had a housekeeper. Right. So I wasn't attentive of what was going on in my house. So now I like to clean because I could get to see or I feel things that's going on in the house. Ooh. If I go in the kids' room, I can feel something that's going on, and I know what areas to pray. And so you might think, oh, that's just something crazy. She cleans up. No, I get to see and feel and really see what's going on in my house. So now I'm vigilant. By the time I came home, I was tired, went to sleep, and then I would get up and do the same thing over and over and over. But now I'm very attentive to it. So that would be something that I did different. Moving on. So, are there any things that you do different now from then? It probably a whole bunch of things. But one thing that you did a little different?
I built a business.
Oh, so you what? Oh, because you were home driven.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how that was.
So I'm the mom that is, and when my kids were in elementary school, I was on the PTA, and on it, build a fundraiser they're still having currently at the elementary school. And when my kids got to high school, I was on the PTA board again. When my youngest got to her high school, I was the PTA president. It's like, I'm the mom, and I'm the one that shows up and brings cookies, and I'll bring stuff. Like, my daughter had prom, brought everybody food for prom, with a bunch of her friends. So I'm very but in the midst of that, so once that was done, and I think it also for me was, it kept me busy. So I didn't have time, like you say. And my ex-husband actually worked out of town too. So if I was picking up the kids, I had a meeting to go to. If I was picking up the kids, I had to go bring them to soccer so I was always like, jolting all over. But it was also, when I look back on it, was just just feeding time. Not that they weren't successful; they're great. I mean, they are now, but I think about, but for me personally, it was just feeding. I was always trying to feed other things, like feed other people. And all my relationships then, it was always like everyone else is getting fed, and I'm over here just starving. So when I got out of it, a lot of my relationships changed because I was like, okay, wait a minute, I don't even know if this person even likes me. Because I was so busy just giving and giving and giving. I'm like, do they even really like me? Because they don't even know. They might even know because I'm so busy inundating them with all the, these things. And, so, but my business we built we are complete accidental entrepreneurs, because I don't think I would have had because I could have built this business with my ex-husband because he wasn't home during the week. And I have dogs in my house, but it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But I think I didn't have the strength. I definitely didn't have the confidence at all to say, we're going to put this out there and we're going to, I'm going to put it out there. And then now my girls run their own businesses. But I definitely didn't have the courage.
Yeah.
The girl 10 years ago never would have been like, okay, let's do an Instagram page for, this business, or let's give people your cards while you see people with dogs, or go to, get connections with people that have bigger businesses and move on. But I always say for me, it just gave me so much strength, because I was always waiting. So, when you're married to someone, you hate to say I guess it's not a caveman, but they make decisions for you, unbeknownst to you, and by choice sometimes. But it's like, when that's taken from you, I always joke about it. And I look left and I look right. It's just me. I'm the only one making decisions for, majority of the times. So that's the part I always say. I never would have built the business. And I do believe that wholeheartedly. We just wouldn't have built it. I'd have kept being a mom. I'd have kept just pushing forward. And I wouldn't have had the courage to do it. And that's why I say divorce brings out parts you didn't know you even had. Like, you'd ask me 10 years ago, you're going to build a business with dogs? I'm like, oh, who's going to have time for that? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why? And then
here it is.
Here we are.
So it sounds like we was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You were home driven,
yes.
busy. I'm career busy.
Yeah.
But we're doing the same thing.
And they get lost.
You get lost. It becomes your identity.
The partners get lost. So they get lost in you being like, oh, I got to go to this event. And the scenario could be as simple as this. Well, I have to go to this PTA meeting at 6. Well, I thought we were going to have dinner. Well, we can do it tomorrow. Like, why can't we just do it tomorrow? I've already committed to this. So my commitment to this is more important than my commitment to you.
That's so good.
And so I can bend you, but I can't bend this, because I'm feeding this. And this makes me feel good over here because, and that's part of it, I think now, and which is why it's so funny. Like, now I'm not on the PTA.
Yeah.
I just got off of it 2 years ago, because as I moved on, I was like, I don't even want to do this. Like, I like it.
Yeah.
And my girls loved it. And I still do some things, but I don't do anything near when my oldest first got to high school. Now she's 22. And my youngest would say the same thing. She's like, oh no, mama's not going to do that. But I think it was just feeding the time, especially once the divorce happened. I was like, okay, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I joined everything. I did everything. But then once I got to literally 2 years ago, I was like, I don't want to do that anymore. I do it enough, and I go, I was literally in it. Now I just go and I show, because one of my friends is now the president and the vice president, and they supported me when I was the president. So I'll go and just support them when they have events, but it's a completely different commitment.
Wow.
Because your boundaries are different, your energy is different.
Yeah. That's so good that you said that. You said strength.
Yeah.
I think at the end I assumed, because I wasn't at home, I assumed. So when I did my business and I started my business, I remember buying, doing the office, and I remember buying a desk and a computer, and I would do another one because I just assumed he was going to come in business with me. So I would buy a computer, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to buy a computer for him. And so this is a year of doing this.
Wow.
And I had in my mind, I'm going to retire you out. I had already in my mind decided I'm going to retire you out. You're going to have this, resignation. I wanted him to do business with me. Mm-hmm. And then at the end, he said, I never wanted to do that.
I didn't want to do it.
And you never asked.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart, because I just assumed.
And you remember not asking.
I never asked.
That's the part. And you remember, and it jolts you. You go, wait. So I didn't ask. Are you?
I had it planned. You sure?
And
I done bought 10 computers, and you sure?
And he's like, yeah, absolutely.
I never told you I wanted to.
He's like, I've never had that conversation with you.
I never told you I wanted to be retired out.
and you've journaled it out, and you've
Yeah.
gone to God, and God's
Yeah.
like, this ain't it.
This is not it.
While
I
the
write
computers
a-
are still sitting there.
I write a business plan for me and you.
Yeah.
I have no interest in this.
Wow.
I have no interest. I like my job. I'm going to retire at this job, and I'm okay. And then what happened was
Wow. Yeah.
he started feeling as though maybe I'm not good enough because you want this person,
There
but
you
this
go.
is who I am.
Yep. And you can't. And again, people are given assignments from God, and we don't know what they're supposed to do. And we may think the assignment we have for them is a better assignment,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yeah, no,
Yeah, no.
it's not."
And you never asked.
And you never asked.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the assumptions and
Yeah.
assuming, and so now I ask the questions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I ask questions.
What is your plan?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not even like, what is your plan? It's just like, as simple as that sounds, like, what is your plan?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into like what you plan as a business person. Just like if somebody asks you, what is your plan? You'd like, plan like to be, is your plan like emotionally, what's your plan? Is it stay
Yeah.
happy and stay healthy? Is
Yeah.
it, what's your plan financially? Just to build my business, better than I have, there's I have different plans.
Yeah.
They're all not the same. Like,
Yeah.
I have different plans for my kids. I have a 22-year-old and a 16-year-old. The plans I have for them the roads don't even cross over. It's different plans.
Yeah.
But that's all different compartments. If you ask me what my plan is, I'm like, well, which plan are we talking about?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not the same.
Not the same. Something as simple as, what are your plans for the weekend? What do you want to do for the weekend?
Right.
I had that all planned out.
Right. Right.
Just assuming.
Yeah.
Assuming.
Yeah.
And now I listen.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something that I'm really working on. Being an active listener, and also listening to what you say and what you don't say.
What did you say and what did you hear?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So let's see. So what do we expect from the show?
What do we expect from the show?
Man, I don't know. We're gonna try to, keep it focused on how did we get here to be able to have the kind of not bawling.
Yeah.
There's a time I know for you and a time for me where I just didn't even want to go outside. Like you said. Whereas now I'm like, I see people and I'm like, oh yeah, divorce day, yes, that's fine. It's fine, I'm fine, everything's great.
Yeah.
Not great, but we're here. So like to expect to know that we are gonna be very transparent.
Yeah. And
it might trigger some things for other people or for ourselves.
Yeah.
But just, to help and understand that it's okay. Like there is life. I hate to say, but there's life after I'm gonna go with divorce because I can't say breakup.
Yeah.
That minimalizes it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's life after the pain. Because
Some
people could have a divorce watching the show. Some people could be. I remember when I did say I was divorced, there was a lady who was a cancer survivor. Mm-hmm. And she reached out to me. So it made me realize that it's just not just being divorced. It's just being free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah, being free. And I hope that this show actually save marriages.
Yeah, we want people to stay married.
Yeah. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my mistakes.
Yes, please. Like
I want you to learn from my mistakes. I want you to know who you are in your marriage.
Yeah.
I want you to know how you contribute, how you can be an active listener. What is a wife,
Well, right, but know who you are in a marriage. Keyword is know who you are.
Yeah.
And then know who they are.
Exactly.
And then know who you are together.
Exactly.
Those are three different people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Three different, blocks. Like you have to be able to differentialize, but definitely who you are. Because we get lost. I mean, you get lost and then you're like, wait, you're buying 10 computers.
Wasting money.
Waste complete.
Yes. Absolutely. So I can't wait till we have some guests on the show.
Yes.
Have a male's point of view.
Yes, we're going to have some males.
Yeah. Look, I need to take notes. Got to take notes.
Working on that.
Yes. But having just spiritually, mentally, intellectually, financially, because there's some things that change different when you get divorced.
Well, just me, for like you said, you downsize.
Yeah.
And so for me, my the home I'm in is the home we got before I got married. Yeah. So I was lucky and blessed. I didn't have to leave my home. So my kids have never been moved from their home. They only know the home that we live in. So that didn't financially change because, of course, I was no longer getting the same money I got, but the actual physical space. That's why I say the walls can't scream at you. So we had to go in there and paint. We had to go in there and get new furniture. We had to, make it our home. And, so the wall, because I got walls screaming at me and then two other people. Yeah. So trying to make it comfortable, but we didn't have to. A lot of people do. A lot of people stay because they can't financially leave as well. We know that storyline too, which is, another situation. But the hope is that you can make the decision and, bow out with grace.
And that is so true. A lot of women, for different reasons, it might be kids, it may be small, it might be financially, but it's okay. And I'm going to say this, it's okay to take a step back, to take a step forward. It's okay to downgrade. Because if I'm honest, I have more now than I had before.
Absolutely.
And it's not just because of my husband not doing it. I've changed what I'm chasing. So instead of chasing the career, I chase God, and then the things that are come because God.
Right.
So now I have more peace. I have more time. I have more freedom. Less responsibilities, but more.
Right.
Yeah. So it's okay to fall back a little bit, then come back.
Yeah. So our next episode, if I'm reading this right, is who is this woman?
Who is this woman?
And how we rediscover our identity.
Yeah. Who is this woman? Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yes. It kind of goes with the brunch idea that I'm having about getting back to the garden. God's design for the woman, the original plan. Like, getting back to her, because what happens is we get hurt and then we relearn ourselves. So now we're 43, going 44, and you're like, well, who is Ebony?
Right.
But if I knew this at 23, 24, then I probably could have saved some time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And then it's important because you have daughters. I have daughters too.
Yeah.
And it was important for me to display what I needed them to know about this stage. I needed them to see a praying woman, a praying wife. I needed them to see me stay. I needed them to see my tears too.
Yeah.
Because I didn't need to put on a facade to say, hey, I'm strong every day.
No, because I'm not.
I'm not. I needed them to see me go back to work because I'm committed to our family.
Yep.
I also needed them to come back, needed them to see me start my business again because I'm not going to give up on my dreams. I needed them to see me happy, joyful. I needed them to see in all seasons.
Yeah. Important.
Yeah. What was important for your daughters? Oh, your kids?
My kids, I think, needed to see me happy. I think I was just, like I say, just going through the motions of just other people's stuff.
Yeah.
And not enjoying me.
Yeah.
So they needed to see that. And then, of course, you know, moving on to dating, because I've been in this situation a little bit longer. And I learned through dating, they needed to see me happy with a man. Because my kids were really young. My kids were 14 and I think 6 when I got divorced. So they didn't really have an opportunity. And not that my ex-husband wasn't loving, but just he worked out of town during the week and he was home on the weekends. And we were just, busy. So they haven't really had a chance to see, true care.
Yeah.
So that to me, and they say it, makes them know more so what they want when they're looking for partners. Even at 16, at 22, they're like, oh no, we want him to bring flowers. So we need him to open that car door. So I think that was the part that I didn't really realize that they needed to see because they're girls. And without that, like, how are they going to know? Because I think a lot of divorces happen because people don't see healthy relationships. So how do you, and for all the people out here, we get mad at these men, but if they've never seen a wife and a husband dynamic, how do they know? Yeah. And if they're basing on the Cosby Show, that ain't real life. Yeah. Because, so how do they know? Are they reading books? Are you reading books? So, it's just like everybody needs help. So it's like, it's just learned. So I'm glad they've been able to see that part. So they'll see that it is okay to get back out there and, and date and then, meet good people. I'm glad you said that. I remember, it's different when the outside people see your marriage or what they think it was or it is. But I remember my son saying to me, I don't know about marriage now because y'all was the most God ordained, in his words, marriage that it was. And I think the misconcept is that people thought Demetrius and I were miserable. They thought who we were on the outside is who we were on the inside. We laughed, we played. It wasn't like it was we went to, my ex-husband went to Spain, got a master's. We went and saw the Saints win the Super Bowl in Miami. Yeah. We had great times. I would never decline the fact that these times are not always bad. Yeah. We're not good for each other. We just weren't good partners. Exactly. And the best thing that probably could have happened and the healthiest thing is for us to remove ourselves from each other. Yeah. So and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yep. Because sometimes people say, or they think they have to choose either or, but you don't. No, you don't. And then also at the same time, the misconception or y'all wasn't happy or y'all was playing. No, we literally, if you see us today, we were signing our divorce papers, ribbing each other, laughing at each other. People was like, huh? They were confused. Yeah. But this is just us, we realized that it just didn't happen. And then I never heard God say, this is my husband. Oh, Lord.
Never heard it, but I heard God said you released from him.
You need to get out of here. I can tell you that.
And even to this day, he still he said, Ebony, you are a wife. He knows that I'm a wife.
That's
he knows
so
that.
Interesting that you said that. You never heard. Wow.
I never heard him say that. And we do not bring the person to God and say, is this my husband?
Interesting.
Yeah, I never heard him say that. He gave me the assignment.
Yeah.
He never said that was my husband. Yeah.
So you believe that the assignment was to help his soul.
Yeah.
And then once you helped.
Once I did that assignment, that's good.
You're like, okay, yeah.
Because now he's back into the word.
I was gonna say, there you go. There's the answer.
That was the assignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's completed.
Yeah, now I'm good.
I'm out. And I'm a wife. So let me find my husband.
There you go.
My husband find me.
Yeah, he's gonna come find me.
So that's it. So I'm excited about this. I do want to end us off in a closing prayer. Any remarks that you want to say? Any closing thing?
All I'm gonna say is that this is gonna be just a whirlwind of stuff.
Yes, it is.
I know it's gonna bring up a lot of stuff that I probably haven't dealt with in the last 8 years. So I'm looking forward to it, because I know there's probably stuff I've still pushed down. Yeah. That probably needs to still be dealt with. So I'm kind of glad about that. But I'm just looking forward to it. Yeah, me too. Next show airs on February 2nd. Correct. 7 p.m. every other Monday. That is correct. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And the topic is, who is this woman, and how we rediscover our identity? Yes. Yeah, but I want to end us in prayer. Go for it. All right. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you, God. We adore you. We cherish you. We uplift you, Father God. God, we thank you for each other. We thank you for all the viewers, the sisters and brothers, God, that are coming here, not to see us, but to see you, God. We ask that you go into homes and highways and byways, oh, Father God, and spread your light. God, for those that are in pain, remind them that you are near the brokenhearted, Father God. God, at this show, we're going to come here with healing and light and positivity, transparency, but we're going to bring you. You are the center, Father God. So have your way, Father God. God, we love you again. We adore you. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. All right. See y'all February 2nd. We did it, girl! Woo! How do we get here podcast? See y'all. See you soon.